Check. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's been a few days since we did the trans mount, and I've been thinking and pondering on what the next step should be on the truck. So as you can see behind me, I already got the fenders and the box and everything kind of situated on the truck there. So what we're gonna do is only the front cab mounts were done, and so we're gonna work on the rear cab mounts as well as the rad support mounts and the bed. So I'll show you what my plan is here, and we'll go from there. So here we are, guys. We got the fender mounted on the truck, and we got the box just sitting on the frame there. The box isn't level with the truck right now. It's actually down in the front and up in the back. So what my plan is here is we got this beam on here. We're going to lift the truck up until it's level, and we're going to check out the box and see how we can level it. So what we got here stuck to the wall is DeWalt laser level. So we're going to turn that on, and then hopefully this shows up on the video. You can see that red line there. That is level. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise it up here until we get the truck level, and then see what we can do with the box. So here we got the truck leveled out. You can see how that laser is level with the bump there. You can see how the box is down a little bit in the front, and then we go to the back. We can see how the box is too high. So as you can see there, the shock tower is sitting on that support of the box, both sides there. So we need to notch that support out and box it in. Okay, guys, so here the truck cab is still level. We got our line on there, and then we got the box leveled out. You can see that line goes all the way across, but what I didn't foresee is after I go down here, if you look at those shock perches, it's actually raised up off of there. That's because if you go to the back of the truck here, you can see that it's actually sitting on there, that the frame is slightly too long. So we're gonna have to hack some out of the frame so we can get those measurements. So we gotta lift the box off, and we gotta just notch this out up here just a little bit. So there we go, guys. We got those notched out so that those guys can fit down inside there. So let's lower the box back down on the frame and see what we're dealing with. Okay, guys, so this is what we got. From the bump here down, we got about 1.5 inches on there, and here's about 1.75 inches. It's close to, yeah, 1 5/8 inches. 1.75 inches. So what we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to notch out that beam, like I was saying before, right in there, that guy. And we gotta remove that spare tire holder that's from the 99 on the frame. So we gotta remove that because the box will bottom out on that. So we're gonna raise it up again, and we're gonna get that spare tire holder off, and we're gonna notch that out because that beam, it measures actually about 1.5 inches. So if I notch it out underneath there, we should have enough clearance to get that box to go down, and then we'll just put a little bit of plating on there to make it strong again. Okay, guys, we got the box off of the truck here. We're gonna get ready to cut those notches out so those perches will clear. But this is what we did on the back of the truck. These guys were sitting on there like that. So we cut those down so nothing will interfere there. And as well as we cut these perches off, they were sticking up about an extra inch there, so we cut those down so they're somewhat flush with the frame so it won't interfere with it. So we're going to lift the box up and we're going to cut those notches out, and then we're going to set the box back on and see what we got. There we go, guys, we got that notched out. Looks pretty crude for now, but we'll get it supported up. 50 years of dirt inside those channels. As you can see, the dust was flying out. But now we're ready to take the box and we're going to set it on the frame and see what we got. We're going to take these spacers out now because it should be able to sit down further since we got that all notched out. And so let's get her done. Okay guys, so now we got the box sitting on the truck. Man, is it dusty in here. That thing is just full of gravel, 50 years of gravel. Anyways, so we got the truck sitting on there. We're gonna fire up the level and see what we're up against, because now it looks like maybe the one support is sitting on the leaf spring. I'm not sure. So I know the box is down a little bit here in the front. So that's actually a good thing right now. But yeah, the one benefit about doing everything the first time is you have nothing to go off of to tell you if you're doing it wrong. I guess that works in the same way. If you had done it before, you would not make mistakes, simple mistakes that you're making now. But anyways, we're going to fire up the level and see what we're dealing with, see how the truck and the cab and the box, everything is lining up. So we're going to fire it up and then we'll lift it up in the front like we did before. So here we go. Okay guys, so I leveled the box. I measured from this seam to the line, and with this being about a 1/4 inch, we're about 1.25 inches out. So I was looking under the truck and the leaf spring's actually not touching the box. It's actually, I don't know if I can show you this here. It's actually the one support rail right here is actually bottoming out on the frame. So our options are to notch this out 1.25 inches, or we raise the cab 1.25 inches. So I'm actually gonna leave it for today, and I'm going to come think about it overnight, because if we raise it 1.5 inches, that means the engine goes down 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches, as well as the transmission, and I kind of like where it's sitting right now. So anyways, we're going to sleep on it before we continue, and we'll see what we come up with, but I think I'm leaning towards lifting the cab 1.25 inches. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Okay guys, so I lied. I haven't went home yet, but as I was walking out the door, what I thought is, just so I can think about it overnight, is I took the cab mount here and I spaced it up 1 inch. I actually took the bottom polyurethane bushing and the washer and threw it on top because it measured exactly 1 inch. And I put that on there, and then here, check out the laser line. I got it level on the door, and then it almost perfectly lines up with the box. And we're talking within 1 millimeter. So I think that's the route we're going to go. I'm going to think about it overnight. And here's inside the truck, so it actually gives the transmission a little bit more clearance. And then it sinks the engine down just a wee bit, but everything looks pretty good, so it's looking promising. So anyways, that's going to be it for today. And we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. We'll do some measurements for some cab mounts and some box mounts. Okay guys, so we're back. It's been about 3 days since we were able to get into the shop and work on the Cummins build. But since then, we were able to get some cab mount spacers made, 1 inch thick. I'll poke the camera in there, let you guys check that out. But I'll just flip the camera around here and I'll show you where we're at. Okay, so this is where we're at. We got the laser level. Instead of on the top, we got it running straight through the bump on the bump side, through the door there, and through the back. So you guys can see that there. So under here we got the 1 inch spacer for the cab. So we got that machined right there. Maybe that's a better. So it's 1 inch thick. We went 2.5 with a 1/2 inch hole. The front of the cab's actually bolted there. That's kind of what we're dealing with the space between the rad support and the frame. So we're going to measure up that, get some of those mounts made, and we're going to measure up the back of the cab, get those mounts, and we're going to look at all the cross beams underneath of the box and get all those measured up. And so that's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2, 10 mounts. So it's a little bit. We're going to make sure we get the right numbers, that we get this thing sitting correctly, and that will be our next step.
Not the day. I got my 3 kids and we bounced out.